this is Whitney with Faith, Trust, and Christ. We hope you guys are having a blessed day. If you guys are new here, we'd like to take you on travel adventures, talk a lot about Disney, and do some reviews. If you enjoy that kind of content, we would love for you to join our community by liking and subscribing. Subscribing is free. I know I'm a broken record when I say that, but it really truly does help our community to grow. Even other YouTubers, if you like their content, go like their videos. It really does help their community as well as ours, and we'd love for you to stick around. So today I'm going to be sharing a breakdown of DVC, how we rent DVC points. It has been a very requested video for a long time, and I'm finally getting to sit down with you guys, and I'm so excited to be back at our Disney sit down. So DVC, if you are brand new to this, I got you. So DVC actually stands for Disney Vacation Club. It is Disney's timeshare program that you can purchase if you would like to kind of own some part of Disney and be able to stay at their resorts. We are not DVC owners, but we do rent DVC points. We personally have always loved staying on property at Disney. We love the value and the moderate resorts, but we honestly, on one of our trips, actually it was Davy's first trip, we stayed at Old Key West. We loved it. But the thing is, those Disney DVC prices with deluxe resorts are very expensive, and we honestly didn't want to pay those prices. Now you can use Disney, straight through Disney, their company, and rent DVC points through them in order to stay in the DVC rooms. Now we do not do that. We use two reliable companies, and I'm going to share with you the companies we use and how the whole process works. So DVC members who purchase from Disney, from the timeshare company, they will actually purchase a certain amount of points and use those points to stay at different DVC resorts around Walt Disney World. So Disney does have quite a lot of DVC resorts. I'm gonna throw up on the screen all the resorts that are on Walt Disney World property, as well as all over the world. They have beaches, Disneyland in California, as well as Aulani. I will throw all of those up on the screen now. So how the process works is the DVC owners will actually give some of their points, maybe even all of them, to the rental companies. We like to use David's Vacation Club Rentals and DVC Rental Store. Those are our two trusted companies that we have used. We are not affiliated with them. I'm not making any money on this video, but we have used both of those companies multiple times, and we really enjoy using them. So how I explain how this kind of works is the DVC companies are like the middleman. They do all the contacting to the DVC members. They get the reservations set up. They take everything. They take the payment. They do it all, and then they send it to you. You make a payment, and then they give you your reservation number. They are the middleman who just handles it all, and we really like them. They are very trusted. They come highly recommended, not just from me. You can look up reviews. That's what I did. I researched, and I highly recommend you do that too. But we thoroughly enjoyed DVC Rental Store and David's Vacation Club Rentals. Something that is wonderful for both of these companies now, they both offer a cancellation policy. I'm not gonna go through it all. If you would like to see both of them, they are on their website. I will have the links down below if you would like to check them out and visit them. But they both offer a cancellation policy just in case you aren't able to go, you are able to get some money back. Now I have had a question about which company does better pricing. I have to say they both are very comparable. They're pretty close. I always honestly go with the better deal depending on which company, but I do look at both and the dates, and I will compare for there. They are both very comparable, and I do want to make mention that seasons do affect pricing, so you may just want to check that out for dates. That's also with Disney. If you go directly through Disney, if you look at seasons and the time of year, pricing does change pretty great, just depending on the time of year you decide to go to Walt Disney World. Now, both of these companies do offer dedicated reservations. They're already confirmed. They have a set date. They have their price and the resort. You can't change those resorts. You can't change the date. You just go and you can book those directly through their website. Now, they do have where you can put in for your resort. You can request to see if they have a specific resort, a specific date that you are looking for in that time of year. So why should you rent? We personally like to rent to save that money. You can save from 35 to 60% off those rentals. It's very nice, and you also get to stay in DVC resorts, those nice resorts. They're deluxe. They have special amenities that not other resorts will have. Full kitchens if you go into 1 to 2 bedrooms, kitchenettes. If you are in studios, they have amenities that not everywhere else has on Walt Disney World property. If you are staying in those 1 to 2 bedroom villas, you do get laundry services within your room. Like, we had a washer and dryer in our room. Now, if you are staying in a studio and renting those DVC points, you get your laundry service for free. You do have to do the washing and drying, but they do have washer and dryers on property that you can use for free. I was actually shocked by this. We went to the Grand Floridian on our past Christmas trip, and when I went down to those DVC rooms, the laundry services, I didn't realize that they were free, because the last time we stayed there, we actually used Costco travel and we had to pay for those laundry services. And so that was a nice shock that if you are renting DVC points, you do not have to pay for those laundry services, and it's very nice. Also, your rooms are going to be a lot larger than a regular hotel room, especially those value and moderate resorts. You're going to get a lot more space. It makes it really nice, especially if you have a large family. It makes it really nice. So, choosing your resort. This is my favorite part. I always just enjoy choosing my resort. David's Vacation Club Rental, they actually have a virtual tour spot on their website, and you can go tour all of their resorts that they offer for DVC, or you can look those rooms up on YouTube. I do have quite a few resort tours on our channel if you'd like to check those out, but choosing a resort is my favorite thing to do when you're renting DVC points. Now, depending on where you want to stay and the time of year is going to depend on the price that you can rent those DVC points at. Now again, David's Vacation Club Rental does have a cost calculator that you can look at and almost get an estimate for your price for your resort and the time of year. So if you want to check that out just to kind of give a range, that's what I like to do. So when I'm looking at resorts or the time of year, I will go look at those prices, and then I'll be like, hey Davey, here's the price of this. What do you think? Now, I will say, when you're choosing your resort and you go ahead and you contact the rental company and let them know this is the dates you're looking at, this is the resort you're looking at, they may or may not be able to accommodate you at that specific resort. That's why they typically ask you to choose other options just to go along with it, just because you may or may not get that specific resort you're looking at. So for example, if you go back and watch our May 2023 trip, we stayed at Saratoga Springs, rented DVC points, loved it. But what I didn't tell you guys is when I put in the request for our trip, I didn't put in Saratoga Springs. I can't even remember which resorts I chose, but I know I wasn't choosing Saratoga Springs. They weren't able to accommodate those other requests, but they did have Saratoga Springs available, so that is why we chose them. So you may or may not get your request. I will say, if you can get your request in as early as possible, they will take it 11 months in advance. you're going to have better chances. So when we knew we were going at Christmas time and wanted to stay at the Grand Floridian in those theme park rooms for the studios, we put those in 11 months, exactly 11 months in advance, and within a day or two they had those reservations ready for us and ready for me to put into my Disney Experience app. So the process, I'm gonna break it down just a little bit more. If you would like a walkthrough video of how I specifically do it, let me know in the comments below. I have had a question over on Instagram. If you would like a full video of it, I'd be happy to do that for you guys. But I'm not gonna include that in this specific video. But for the process itself, so the first step is to go ahead and choose the dates that you are wanting to go to Walt Disney World. Now again, if you are looking at those dedicated reservations through these rental companies, those dates are already chose for you. But if you are going the route of wanting to choose your dates and your specific resorts, you're gonna make sure that you have those dates set in stone. These are the dates you're looking at. You will then choose your resort, and then you also need to know who all is coming in your party with you and who all is traveling. You also will need to know their birth dates. Now, if you have a large family like we do, we love to travel with them, they may not be able to accommodate you in the same room, but they will do their best. So if they aren't able to accommodate you in the same room, you will actually have to do 2 different reservations, and they will walk you through that. But just let them know how many is in your party, how many is coming. So if we were traveling with our entire family of 14, 15, I'm probably losing count. But if we were traveling with all of them, we all couldn't stay in a 1 to 2 bedroom villa, so they would break those reservations up, just depending on what they have. Sometimes they'll offer studios, like 3 or 4 different studios, and sometimes they would offer 1 to 2 bedroom villas. The company itself will let you know what they have and what they can accommodate you with. So once you have your dates, you have your choices of resorts, you also have your party confirmed, you're going to submit a request for them to reach out to their DVC members. There is going to come an opening fee for them to do that and for them to see what all they have available. Now, something for you guys to know, once you submit that request forms, DVC Rental Store and David's Vacation Club will have to reach out to their members to see what they have available. Sometimes it does take 24 hours or longer for them to get back to you. Just all depends. I will say that David's Vacation Club is typically on top of it with getting back to you and communicating with you. DVC does a great job as well, but I will say that David's Vacation Club was like within minutes of me putting in a request, they automatically was like, we're on it, we're looking for you, we'll let you know when we have any updates. Typically, it takes about a day or 2 for us. That's what we've kind of seen for everything to get processed, which is really nice. But I did want to give you that sometimes it does take a little bit of time. They're going to let you know that it does take time for them to get in contact with their DVC members just to see what they do have available for you. Now, once they do have your room and your reservation, you are going to need to pay in full. Now, I will say DVC Rental Store does have a payment plan. You will need to apply for it through them in order to do that. We have honestly just paid in full. We kind of know before we even go, this is the set amount that we would like to spend on a resort, and we just go ahead and pay it in full, and just so you don't even have to worry about it, and so you can get those reservations set in stone. Once you have paid in full, they are going to give you your reservation number, and then your reservation number is what you are going to use to put in your My Disney Experience app. You're just gonna copy and paste it right on in, and your name is going to be on the reservation. I've had a couple comments asking if it's somebody else's name, the renter that you're renting through for DVC member, Joe Smo, whoever, their name is not going to be on there. You are renting their points, but it is your name that is going to be attached to your reservation. I personally like to do this as soon as I get that email. I open it up, I see that I have my reservation number. I go ahead and do that immediately. It's just nice just to know everything is aligned up. And also that My Disney Experience app gives you a countdown. And don't you guys just love a Disney countdown? Just makes my heart so happy. So some things to note when you're renting DVC points. I know I have said it, but I just want to reiterate it. It is going to be your name on your Disney reservation. So when you get to Walt Disney World or whatever destination you're renting points through for Disney, you're going to give them your name because it is under your name. Now, you cannot get those DVC member perks such as discounts on merchandise and at food locations. You do not get that discount because you are technically not the DVC member. Also, I have had this question. Disney does not know if you are renting the points. I had that question. They do not see that. They just see that you are staying in a DVC room. Doesn't matter how, if you've rented it or if you've honestly went directly through Disney. They just see that you're staying in a DVC room. Now, something that I did not know when we were renting DVC points, and something that was not talked about when we started renting points, but I want to make sure that you know, when you go to Walt Disney World or wherever, each resort may be a little bit different, but for the most part, if you are staying in a DVC room, they will not change the bedding or take out the trash or even exchange the towels every single day. I do know that every other day they do take out the trash and will exchange the towels. Now, if you do need house servicing to come take out the trash or to get you some new towels, they will come do that. But you do have laundry services provided. If you are staying in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, you do have those laundry services in your room where you can wash your towels. Now, if you are staying in a studio, you do get that washer and dryer for free, but you will have to take it to the location. Most of the time it is in the building that you are staying at. Whatever resort you are at, they will have a washer and dryer there, and it is free. I know that a lot of people would say that would be a con to them, not getting your trash taken out every single day, not getting fresh towels every single day, or having to wash them. For us personally, the savings are so significant that it's not a con. We'll survive. We will either do our linens ourselves, or we will have housekeeping come up at some point and exchange our towels. But it's not that significant to our family. We really like the savings. So I'm gonna answer some Instagram questions that I asked in my stories. If you don't follow us over there, we would love to have you. I will have the link down below and our page name right here on the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna be looking at my phone to read these questions to you guys. The first one is, what is the best DVC rental as far as economy-wise and cost? So as far as the companies itself, David's Vacation Club and DVC Rental Store, talked about that a little bit. Their cost difference isn't huge. When I go to look for a reservation, dedicated reservation, I just go between both of them. I keep both websites open all the time. Davey makes fun of me, but I keep them open and I just look at which price is better and what hotel I want more. But as far as like the resorts itself being like the cheaper, the better deal, it all depends on seasons and depends on availability. But I will say Saratoga Springs, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Old Key West typically have a lot more availability, and it is cheaper, just because, in my mind, I think it's because of the how far away they are from the parks. A lot of family want the proximity to the parks and the location. That's just what I have thought. As well as Old Key West and Animal Kingdom Lodge, those DVC rooms aren't as updated like Saratoga Springs, but those are going to be your cheaper DVC rental resorts. So our next question. What is better, David's or DVC rental, or just going through Disney? Again, I can't say. I personally like to go through the rental companies just because you're saving so much money, as well as the fact of you're getting to stay in deluxe resorts and have those nice amenities, and they're at such a huge discount. We just prefer Renting Points. I do want to say for our last trip, I priced it out for staying at Pop Century. We could have stayed at Pop Century for the same price as staying in a 2-bedroom villa with Renting Points. That's how much of the savings we had just because we went through Renting Points instead of straight through Disney. And to kind of piggyback off of that answer, I always check prices through Disney, Renting DVC Points. I check Costco Travel. I check all the prices. I want the good deal. We've been to Disney enough. I love travel agents. They're so nice, but I enjoy planning. So this is why I do it. But typically the better savings is renting your DVC points. So our next question is, I'm stumped on how you do this. Can you do a walkthrough? Absolutely. I'm gonna do this in another video. Let me know in the comments below if you would like DVC Rental Store or David's Vacation Club, or even both. I'd be happy to do both of those for you. So what is your favorite feature for renting DVC points? I absolutely love the fact that you get to stay in deluxe resorts for such a good price. Those DVC and the deluxe resorts are absolutely gorgeous, and we honestly couldn't stay in those resorts unless we were renting points because it is so expensive. So renting points is a great way to be able to stay there and to save you a lot of money. So another question was, do you feel that renting DVC points is a good way to save money on your stay, or should you just go with value or moderate? I personally do. I personally love renting DVC points. As you can see and tell throughout this whole video, I do compare the prices between the value and the moderate, and even the deluxe through the Disney website, even using our annual pass discounts. I do the comparison for it all, and DVC honestly always, I'm not joking, always comes out on top. Even if I don't stay at like the Grand Floridian and I stay at like Saratoga, it might not be the top of the top Disney resorts, but it's still a Disney deluxe resort that is absolutely beautiful. You're still on property, you're still getting those amazing amenities. I love them. I love renting DVC points. Now, will I stay in value and moderate if the price is better? Absolutely. I'm a-okay with doing that. I just really enjoy renting those DVC points. Okay, so another question was, is it a scam? I've heard the good, bad, and ugly. You know, and when I first heard about DVC, I was like, what in the world? And renting points, I've heard a lot of people go through like eBay and like off-site places. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go through a reputable company like David's Vacation Club or DVC Rental. I have had other people suggest other companies. I look them up and the reviews are not as good. So that is, and I haven't used those companies. This is why I suggest David's and DVC, because it's the reviews, not just from me, but from Google, from YouTube, from Instagram, everywhere. They have high reviews. They have great praises on them. They are not a scam. They're amazing. They are the middleman. They're kind of protecting you, keeping your information safe, and just, they're a great company, both of them, but they are not a scam. I have heard some horror stories from renting from not reputable places, or even just Craigslist. Don't do it. Don't do that. Go through a reputable site. I give you the two. They're amazing. Check out their reviews. I can't praise them enough. I hope this video has been helpful for breaking down DVC rentals and answering some questions for you guys. If it has been helpful, please like and subscribe. If you haven't joined our community, if you still have a question that I didn't answer, please leave it down below. We would love to hear from you. We hope you guys are having a blessed day. We'll see you real soon.